The number one hairstyling mistake that I see people doing is when they go to style their hair, and you probably do this, is you take your hand and you rake it back like this. That's one, okay? And especially if you're trying to get volume. You want to have a slick back, you want to have some, kind of a certain look, but you want to have that really full look in the front and all that volume. So what's happening is when you take your hands and you actually deflate it in the front, you're actually matting it like this, and then you're shaking it back here. And what's happening is by that time, you're creating the opposite effect. That's the biggest mistake that I see when people are trying to style their hair at home and they're looking to create maximum volume. Another mistake that I see is too much of this. Okay, you're patting yourself on the head way too much. Patting on the head, what that does is, and I've literally witnessed this firsthand from cutting thousands of clients over the years, where I say, oh, what do you think? I'll style it, I'll make it look perfect, and I go, oh, what do you think? You like it? And they're like, oh, I love it. And they're like, oh, this is great. And they start patting it. I go, what are you doing? You're destroying what I just did. So the patting of the hair doesn't work. Now, I will tell you this. I'll give you two versions of this. The first version is, when does this work, slicking back, and when does the patting work? You could see what it's doing to the hair. It's matting it down and flattening it. So if you're somebody who actually wants to have the hair flatter to the head and you don't want to have a lot of volume, you want your hair to be more close to the head and a lot more, not so full, the patting works. You see what happens? I'm patting it and it's actually matting it down to the head. It's reducing the volume. Slicking it back, you're actually weighing it down and you're working that hand in, so you're matting it down like this. That is great if you don't want volume. However, if you do want volume in your hair, you need to do the opposite. So instead of patting down, you need to create circular motions and you need to lift, okay? You need to mess it up and lift and add texture. How does this feel physically in your hair? What do you do with your hands and your fingers? So a lot of times people are just really gentle, light little love taps. No, you got to get in there like you're scratching your head. You got to get in there and you need to really, really create that volume and texture. Okay, you may have a hair or two come out because hair is going to come out anyway. You lose over 100 hairs a day on your head. They're going to come out anyway. But if you're a little bit rougher, okay, fine, you may see them sooner. But look what I did instantly within 1 second by me creating this and doing this technique. Look at the volume in the hair, as opposed to, oh yeah, let's style it and pat it. You see how fast, look how fast I deflated that just by doing this. That's the worst and the biggest mistake you can do when you're styling your hair is matting it down, unless you want that. So once again, what you need to do is right from the very, very big top, right in the beginning here, the super, super front of your hair, right here. You take your fingers, right, and you lock it in at the very front. Lock in and lift. Lock in, you can even go like this and lift up. Like that. Lift up and out from the head. See what happens? Look at the volume. The reason I'm saying that is because hair grows out from the head. It doesn't grow back like this. Hair grows straight out from the head. So if you're tackling this right in the front and you're somebody who wants a lot of that volume and texture, then you need to go in and create that and lift from the root area right in the front, and then you can go in and add some product and spray it and this and that. And you can see right here, look at the difference. Now we've got a lot of volume and texture. Another quick fix is, let's just say that you have my hair powder. I have two hair powders. This is talc. This is the original hair powder I had from years ago. It's been reformulated and now it's in a spray form, which is phenomenal. It has no scent to it whatsoever. So if you're one of the OGs from using talc like 5 years ago, there's no talc in it. It's just I named it talc because it's powder. Or you can use my sea salt hair powder, which has a light fragrance to it, which you dab it on. All right, so there's two different versions. So let's go with the spray because it's a little more user-friendly and there's no mess to it. What you do is on fully dry hair, you just spray it right in the root area. And then you could spray one spray on top of that. So almost like two sprays, one on top, one underneath. And then maybe one on the side, and you're just working that in. 4 or 5 sprays the most. There's powder everywhere here. All right, so now that the powder is in the hair, you can then go in and you can mold and sculpt the hair however you want, and look at all that volume. It's a matte finish, extremely pliable, works phenomenal on fine hair, and this is going to allow you to actually really go in and create that shape and that texture and that volume. Okay, this is an amazing product, and look at that. Within seconds, you're ready to go. If you want to have something that's a little more, spiky and a little more textured, you can work it in like this also, right? Look at that. Within 1 second, look at the texture I created in there. So I really hope that you get a lot of value from this. If you want to purchase any of my products, especially these powders, shop.thesalonguy.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.